Hi guys, welcome. I am Nalini. I'm a child psychology educator and early childhood educator. Yesterday in my Instagram page, I shared a reel of introducing periodic elements to my 19-month-old, and we started chemistry with my child after she turned 18 months old. And immediately after seeing that, there were a lot of DMs asking what is the need to show periodic elements to such a small child. And I have read periodic elements only when I went to school of 6th standard or 7th standard. What is the need to show these kind of complex concepts to such a small child, and what is the how do we actually incorporate the learning, and what is the actual need, why we should show chemistry to such a small child? So if you also have the same question, do watch this video to know my insights on this topic. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to Nalini Zinu for more such interesting videos. If you are following me from the beginning, you might be knowing that I have been practicing right brain education with my child since her birth, and we have covered almost all the so-called baby-friendly topics like animals, colors, shapes, vegetables, fruits, things at home, activities, parts of the body, and so much more. But I always wanted to introduce something really interesting, and also not just the common things. So we have all completed the common things which we generally introduce to children. For example, if it's just animals, she would have seen in flashcards, books, and all the rhymes also have animals in it, right? So everything is being covered in her books as well. But there are a few topics which don't cover in this things, and also after 18 months of flashcards, we are really running out of topics. I can't simply keep showing the same topic again and again, so I wanted to see what topic I wanted to show her. So, and also I was little bored of the same common topics which we have been introducing to the child. So I wanted to feel more interested, to keep my flashcard sessions more interested. If I don't like it, or if I don't feel the interest, my baby will also not love it, right? So I actually love maths. I always love science. So I wanted to introduce both these concepts very early in the childhood. So the first question everybody asks is, why such complex topics to babies? So I would like to tell you guys that there is no such thing like easy or complex for a child. For a child, everything is same. A child perceives the information, everything to be the same level of complexity. Even if you are showing the fruits for the very first time, that is also received by the child, just like how they are going to receive dinosaurs, concepts, seasons, concepts, and whatever concepts you want to show to your child. So does it mean that your child is actually having a easy or complex materials or complex concepts being introduced to them just because you feel it is complex? Some people love math, some people hate math. Some people love chemistry, some people hate chemistry. So it depends on how you have learned it, whether you are interested in it or not. So it depends on that. For a child, they are not yet introduced to any of these subjects. You are going to introduce it, and how we are going to introduce it definitely matters whether they want to like it or whether they want to hate it. In typical school systems, just like how they introduce 6th standard, 7th standard, 8th standard, if you are introducing periodic elements, we all know how we all studied, right? We all might have been studied in a pressure environment, in a stressful environment. We need to memorize every single element in the table. We need to write everything in the examination. So even though we like periodic table, most of our focus will be more on the marks. So what happens is the learning part will be very less, and the urge to get more marks and all that will be the highest priority. So when we are introducing chemistry or math or any kind of complex subjects that you think, when we are introducing that in the part of the play or through right brain education, flashcards, or any other play, you are creating an environment which is friendly for the baby to explore and learn. It is not kind of a learning, but it is actually subconsciously they are being exposed to this topic. So definitely introducing such a complex topic like periodic table, the early childhood with more of love and bonding time will definitely create more interest for the baby also. And if you ask me if my baby will be able to remember all these elements when she reaches the schooling of 6th standard, 7th standard, when the actual periodic table comes in, I don't know. I don't know whether she will be able to remember all that, and I don't care about that as well. I don't want my child to memorize all this information and keep all this information until she reaches an age where she wants to write it in the examination. No, I'm not doing this flashcards to make her memorize the concepts. Definitely not. So right brain education or flashcards in right brain education is always being used as a tool for improving photographic memory and also giving them a voluminous information that they will love to explore. So actually we are giving them exposure to the topic. Through this flashcards, what is happening is we are giving a sense of familiarity. When I say familiarity, when my child is going to learn this in school after 6 or 7 years, the child will be feeling a familiarity with the topic. So it will help her to go in depth and find out more about it. So for example, if you have come across a topic some years before, and if you're coming across the same topic after a few years, you feel that you are already familiarized with the topic and you will want to dig in more and want to know more about it. The same thing happens here. Whatever topics you are going to introduce to the child through flashcards or through play or whatever during the early childhood, what we are actually focusing on is when they are reaching a point when they want to learn it, when they are supposed to learn it during the school time or something, they will feel the familiarity with the subject, which will help them to put in more focus and see what is the actual concept is all about, that is to explore more on that particular topic. So these are all the fundamental reasons why I wanted to introduce chemistry to the child just after she turned 18 months. And also I'm working on some other science topics also, because I love science. I really love science, all the aspects of science. I want to explore more for myself, and I will be passing on it to her. So it could be physics, chemistry, biology, or whatever it is. You can see what you are more interested in and you can explore the topics. You have Google, you can research a little bit about it, and you can make the materials and you can incorporate the same in their flashcards, in their everyday play, and however you want it to be. And also during the infancy also we introduce science as a concept. It is not like something you are bringing a complex topic to the child, but science is there everywhere, math is there everywhere in the day-to-day life. So how you can incorporate it and how you are introducing the language of science, language of math, just like how you introduce the languages of English, Tamil, Hindi, Spanish, Chinese, and all that. Similar to that, science is also a language, math is also a language. How you are introducing it to a child matters a lot. So I hope now you might have a clear idea like why we are doing this, why I am doing this. So if you ask me if it is a need, if it is needed for that child, I wouldn't say yes or no, because it totally depends on the parents' time, parents' priority, and all that matters. It is not like you have to do this, you should do this, nothing like that. If you want to do, you can do. It is not just because I do, don't think like you should also be doing it. No, I checked this for the past 2 weeks. We have been seeing periodic table as flashcards. I have not prepared the complete set of flashcards yet. I am in the progress of making it. So in right brain education, the thing is we have to be ahead of the child. So when I started, I created some 30 flashcards of the first 30 elements, and then I started showing slowly, and I am just started with the next 10 or 20 elements now. So when I started introducing flashcards periodic table, I saw that she is interested to see the flashcards, and that is why I am continuing it. If she had not shown interest in seeing those flashcards, definitely I would have stopped it. I would not have compelled her to watch the flashcards. No, I would have stopped my material preparation for now, and I would have definitely introduced it later sometime. So I could see that she's also bored with other topics, maybe because I feel very boring with all the other common topics whichever I'm doing with her, and definitely that she could sense that also, or she might be by in her naturally she might also have felt so bored. She doesn't sit for a long period of time now. So I wanted to create something which she have never seen in any of the other things also, like play or books or anything. So I wanted to start science, and also at 18 months we are introducing normal everyday concepts of science also with her. So I wanted to make the basics strong. So I just wanted to see whether she is feeling more interested to watch periodical elements, and I could see there is a lot of attention being given to the periodic elements, and that is the reason why I actually prepared some play materials also. So we have now completed 20 flashcards in the past 2 weeks, and we have just started with the 21st to 30 element. Usually in our Right-Brain sessions we don't just stop with flashcards. I will try to incorporate the flashcards in other ways. I will bring the flashcards back in other plays or something like that. So when I wanted to do this chemistry periodic elements, since I see that she's more attentive to the subject, what I did is I downloaded few resources from the internet and I've laminated them. I'm going to use this in our everyday play for few days, and as when we move on in the table, we will also be incorporating the previously seen elements in our daily play. For example, now we are seeing 21 to 30 elements, and in our play we are using the 1 to 10 or 1 to 8 elements. So that is how we are actually doing it. We don't have any plan for now, but this is how I am doing it with my child, and we both enjoy it. That is more important. And so in the next video I'll show you like how we are playing the games with these periodic table elements cards, and what are all the types of plays which I have thought about, and definitely you can also share with me like how you can also incorporate this. So if you have any queries or doubts, please do comment below, and if you are not following me in Instagram, you should definitely check out my Instagram page, where I will be sharing our day-to-day learning and schedules and all those things there. So connect with me in Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Do look out for the next video, where I will be showing you how I am incorporating these periodic elements in everyday play. Yeah, bye bye. Thank you.